What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sky Bees. Oh, yeah. So, in the last episode, we were pretty busy. We got heavy into bee breeding. And since the last episode, we haven't done too much. I did breed these end iron bees right here. If we look at these guys, um, I guess it's the ender bee. No. Yeah, it is the ender bee. Um, get these guys, I had to get some end iron. And this stuff is literally just iron and ender pearls, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, I forgot that, yeah, we had to breed these from a cobblestone and a pigman bee, which we have a few of these. 100% chance of getting them, so we bred up two of them, and they give us ender pearls, which you can see we have over there. The other thing that I did was get rid of the netherrack bees, so the soul sand and the netherrack bee are no longer in use, and that is just because we don't need netherrack anymore. I did breed up the iron bees, I bred up the gold bees, and of course we bred up the netherite bees. So if we take a look inside this little chest here, we also did get ourselves the wither skeleton bees, which we can breed with the soul sand bees to make wither bees. But I need wither skeleton skulls for these guys to breed them, so we're going to need to get these guys set up. But to do so, as we saw in the last episode, is going to require us to get a wither skeleton skull. So we've got our steel bees, we've got our wither skeleton bees, and the wither skeleton bees are going to end up in here. And then more than likely, I'm going to get rid of these guys right here, the coal bees, and set up the steel bees. Now, if we go over here, we did do a little bit of AFKing, so we have quite a bit of iron, we have quite a bit of gold. Let's see, our netherite is doing very, very well, and we have quite a few ender pearls. Still a little bit of netherrack, quite a bit of soul sand, and everything else is looking good. Now, if we look in our inventory here, I have quite a few things bookmarked, and I started bookmarking them here at the cook brick. We talked about that in the last episode, and then I started bookmarking a bunch of things across here. So I've got a few things I'd like to get done today. I'd like to make the coke oven and the blast brick oven. This one makes coal coke and creosote is used to make treated wood, which is used a lot in immersive engineering. The blast brick is how we're going to get the steel so we can get our steel bees going. And then I would like to get a jetpack going because we do need to get to the nether and we do need to kill ourselves a little bit of wither skeletons. And I would also like to get better power using a thermo generator and a block of blazing crystals. The block of blazing crystal is blazing crystal, and blazing crystal is made through energizing in Powah. So we need to make ourselves this energizing orb. We need 90,000 FE or RF and a blaze rod. We need these energizing rods to do the energizing, and I would like to get into some Flux Networks as well. But to start things off, I would like to go ahead and do the coke bricks. Coke bricks are made with clay, brick, and sandstone. I did craft up enough to make 27 coke bricks, and we did make enough stuff to make 27 blast bricks. Blast bricks are just nether brick, brick, and magma blocks. So we did all of the smelting and stuff that we needed. Looks like I made a little bit too much clay and a little bit too much bricks, but that is okay because we also have these kiln bricks that we need to make a couple recipes of if we look into our immersive engineering tab. And this thing does give us an engineer's hammer, but we did make one long ago. So underneath our little platform, we have this little platform going on, and I did extend this out between episodes. I am going to tear down the bee breeding box eventually, but we can set up our blast brick in a 3x3 cube, like so. And then if you right-click the center, that makes the blast furnace. So we can put iron ingots in here, and I believe coal, and that should make steel. We can also put in iron blocks, and that'll make blocks of steel, which is what we really want to do. But let's go ahead and make the same 3x3 structure for the coke oven, because we are going to need a little bit of creosote oil eventually. So here we just put coal, it'll turn it into coal coke, and a byproduct is creosote oil. Now with a little coal in our hand, we can set this guy in here, and this will slowly tick down, creating coal coke, as I said before. So we'll let that guy go ahead and cook up, and then we will also throw... it's not coal. Steel. Doesn't tell me what to use. Ah, here we go. Blast furnace fuel. Can use coal coke, it can use charcoal, block of coal coke, or a block of charcoal. So we're going to need to get the coal coke that is going to be produced here, or because we already did this before, we can get some charcoal that we have in here. I don't have much, and I don't know if this is going to be enough, but of course what we can do is we can grab just some birch logs because we don't need them, and let's just throw them in here and get them smelting down. This is going to require quite a bit of charcoal, I believe, but it's nice that this works. And this right here is the fuel, and this right here is the progress. So we're going to have to keep an watchful eye on this guy and make sure that we're getting steel. Now, this takes a long time, rather if we just did the steel ingots. But in the long run, this actually saves us time. We might waste a little bit of fuel there, but we are getting coal coke. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. We're going to get a block of steel. That's going pretty good. And while we wait for that to produce, I would like to start looking into the jetpacks. So we need wood. That's how we're going to make our first one. We need these basic coils, which is a bunch of sticks and iron and redstone, and everything uses that. Obviously, it's just stone. Then we have iron, we have gold, we have emerald, and we have, I'm sorry, diamond, and then emerald. And this is one of the best jetpacks that we can get in the game. And eventually this is used to make a diamond ring, which is then used to make the angel ring, which should give us creative flight, but there's a lot of things that we need to get to. So, let us get a few things in our inventory. Alright, so for this guy, we're going to need a wood capacitor, which is going to require 3 wood batteries, which is this recipe here. So we're going to need at least, to start off, 3 of these basic coils. Now, we're going to need more than that, but we're just going to go with 3 wooden cells, which now should make the wooden capacitor. Again, we're going to need, oh, what is it, 3, 6, 7, 8 more of these basic coils. So we'll go ahead and craft those up. It's just a crafting rabbit hole now that we're going to go down. So 2 more batteries, and then we're going to need a little bit more cobblestone, because we are going to need 1 more furnace. 2 of the thrusters, and then we need to make this leather strap. Now, lucky for us, we have leather. We have leather from many, many different things, and it looks like my iron went somewhere. There it is. We should be able to make this leather strap. We got leather from when we had all of the passive mobs spawning in the base, and there is a wood jetpack. Nice. Now, this thing is terrible. All things considered, it is a basic, but we are going to be upgrading it. So again, as we did before, we're going to need 3 stone batteries. We're going to need uh 6, 7, 8 stone batteries, and then we're going to need 6 more basic coils. So that's 16 of these basic coils just for the stone jetpack. And we're not going to go through all of the what did I miss here? Okay. Yeah, we're not going to go through all of these crafting recipes or go through the whole rigmarole of watching me do this just because I messed up and made too many of these stone energy cells. So talking and crafting is a bad thing. Dang, dang it, man. That's all right. We got plenty of stuff, but it's the basic stuff. We got to make the capacitor. We've got to make the thrusters. They're all the same if I don't click the wrong thing. These cells are a little bit different because they use emerald instead of stone. I do believe that these use diamond instead of this stuff. As we get up into these different energy cells, they're going to use different stuff. I believe that iron is using the advanced coils as well. So yeah, we don't have to worry about using too much stuff. And these we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of these, which then can make 2 of these thrusters, and now we should be able to upgrade our wooden jetpack to this. We got some extra storage cells, so I'm going to run through and craft everything up to the emerald jetpack. All right, good news is our steel is done. We've got that bad boy. We still have a little bit of charcoal left over, and we did get some slag from that, so now we can start making steel bees. I keep doing that. One thing that we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make a drawer and preferably a compacting drawer for steel. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably move this drawer here and we'll put another compacting drawer above it and we'll wait for the bees to create steel honeycombs. The steel will sit over there. But let's go ahead and break this out. And to be honest with you, I shouldn't have done that. And those items should be... Oh my goodness, this thing is backed up because of a lead. So that's okay, though. We'll grab that. And then we will grab our 2 steel bees. We'll place this stuff back in just because we don't want the bees to go anywhere. And there we go. These guys should start making steel for us. Eventually, we should see that over here without a spot to go to. So, like I said, we'll need a compacting drawer. We can place it over here. We did make our emerald jetpack after a little bit of a derp. And to be honest with you, we should be able to place it in here. And it should start collecting and draining energy. So I don't want to do this because if we drain the energy that is in this thing, it has 100,000 tick and this thing holds 48 million. This is going to stop producing power to one of these. It may not hurt anything by having it in here. This thing may still stay full on RF. But we need better power. This thing only generates 200 FE, which is good, but... Or I'm sorry, it generates 70 FE at a max extract at 200 FE. But we can put this thing on, and let's see, is it G? Hover is G, huh? Controls. Jetpacks. Toggle engine is V. We're going to need to change that. Toggle hover mode. See if that works. What? You should not open my inventory. Yeah, give me a second. All right, here we go. We changed everything. Now our engine, we can turn it on and off. There is another way to change the throttle, which is the thing that you see on the side right here with the T. But if we go up, this thing will let us hover, and it uses a bunch of RF really, really quick. So we need to get more than what we had in this, which brings us into a lot better power. So a thermal generator, I don't think we need to do this first. Or yeah, we got to make this first thermal generator, and I think we can get all the way up to the blazing? Yeah, because these are going to take forever. But the blazing is that blazing crystal we looked at. So we need to make ourselves an energizing orb. And then we're going to need to make ourselves some of these rods. And I think we can get to the basic. Yeah, that's a block of quartz. These require the hardened or energized steel, which is made in the power. So we can get to the basic rods, and we can start working towards getting some energized steel, and then we can work on getting some blazing stuff and get some better power. All right, we have the energizing orb here, and we did make the basic energizing rod, which we should be able to place there. This guy is gaining power, not robbing anything of power at the moment, and now we should be able to stick one iron and stick one gold, and this thing should start, yep, there it goes, start sending power here, and now we're getting the energized steel. And what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade this rod a little bit further. So this thing is a little bit tricky to automate, so we're going to be doing some of our stuff manually like we are now. Oh, this gives us, okay, that's cool. Did we get it? We got it. Good. I didn't realize we got 4 energized steel for that. So, looking at the rods now, we don't have the quartz, which is right here. And we do have a nether quartz B, which I think we're going to want to get set up. But we also want this guy, which we have the stuff to do it. And then we are going to want a couple of these, which is, okay. It's a little bit different. We're going to need to make this and then go ahead and grab this guy. Oh, and see, I did grab what I thought I needed, but these are made in sets of 2. So now this guy is upgraded, and we need these blazing crystals. So we need 4 blazing crystals to make the capacitors that we need. And I am going to go ahead and grab 9 of these, because I need more than just that. So nighttime is upon us now, and I was waiting for night on purpose, because you can see some of these bees are not in their hives. A lot of these iron guys aren't, a couple netherite aren't, the coal guys don't want to go, and every now and then some of these coal bees will go in this hive, and then they'll come out here, or they'll come out here, and we're having a little bit of an issue with my little compact setup, and the steel bees don't even know that this is their hive. So what I'm going to have to do is break this hive, break all this stuff, replace it down, and then they'll go in there. So I'll have to bottle these guys up, break these, and then get into here, get another piece of glass, and it's a pain. It really is a pain to do. But we can now do this. Now, this is going to take a little bit longer just because of the amount of RF that this thing uses. Well, it looks like it's doing all right. But we can get rid of this whole little lineup here. We can get rid of these magmators here. One of these is completely out of power. Oh boy. That's okay. That's okay. Things are working. And yeah, this is what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and craft the thermo generator up to the blazing, um, whatever that is. What is the spirited? What is this like? We got to send emeralds through. The niotic is diamonds, and then the nitro is a block of blazing crystal, a block of redstone, and a nether star. Oh my goodness, with 20 million RF. That is insane. But yeah, we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna make some blazing crystals. I'm gonna make this block of blazing crystal. Because this can be used as a heat source underneath the thermal generator. I am going to need to make a sink because this thing needs heating and cooling. It's like its own little reactor, and it does pretty good. The better you have as far as stuff underneath, the better. Um, so lava is 1,000 degrees Celsius, magma block is 800 degrees Celsius, and the block of blazing crystal is 2,800 degrees Celsius. And this is over double what this is right here. So, yeah, here we are. The grind of modded. Oh boy. All right. A little bit of grind later, and we have a thermal generator of the blazing variant. We have a sink. We have our block of blazing crystal. We have some blazing energy cable. And we have some fluid cable. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to set this guy down. And I think we're going to go ahead and I don't like being too close to those fluid cables. Let's see. 300 buckets of lava. I think is good enough. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't do that. We'll get rid of all of that. We will get rid of all three of these, which may or may not have gone into here. No, I have them. Good. Let's go ahead and get rid of these three cables. And we're going to place these with new shiny cables. And we're still going to have this guy off to the side like that. We're going to have, I'm guessing, that guy there. So we're going to want our thermo generator right here where the block of uranium is, and we can have our blazing crystal there. We can have that guy there. Shouldn't matter that this connected. And we'll go ahead and pick up our cobblestone generator. And then we will just go ahead and put our sink here. I'm going to do that for now. And this thing is now generating, yes, 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 so much power. It is generating enough power. We're not really gaining an excess because we're taking it all on our jetpack, but it is gaining power. Ooh, and I should have another block of steel. I did this so that I can go AFK and my steel bees will do their thing. So if I had any steel there, it went up into here. Perfect. All right. So power, get. Energizing orb, get. New little setup here. Everything is looking pretty good. The cables don't have any power in them, but everything up here is looking good. It is nighttime, so we're not getting any honeycombs. This thing is getting power. Everything's getting power. It's This thing is probably going to do us for a little while for power. This thing is full on creosote oil. We've got a little coke left over, which is good. I'm happy about this whole setup. We can use this thing for many other stuff, but mostly what we're looking at is the thermo generator. So I think the next thing that we want to probably get into is going to be these guys right here in the Flux Networks. And then go into the Nether. That is our plan. I am going to dump all of this stuff. What is this guy? That is our quantum tank full of stuff. So getting into Flux Networks, I guess that's not a good thing. We need flux blocks, we need flux dust, we need flux. Flux used to be made by burning redstone. Now we have to compress redstone on obsidian or on bedrock using a block of obsidian. So it's very nice that we kept this thing here. If we were to take just, let's say, 2 stacks, and we are going to need to take our ring off. You just, is it shift right click? No, it was left click. And looks like the obsidian turns into cobblestone, which isn't good. And apparently that was an advancement. Okay. Where though? Oh, right here, Flux Networks. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we need flux cores, we need points, flux blocks, flux controller. I do want to get all of these things, and I would like to get a little bit of flux storage. But this guy is what I'm really after. So we're going to need a little bit of that and probably a little bit of all of that. And let's look into this. So flux controller, we need flux blocks. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So we're going to need 5 of these sets. And I forgot we need obsidian with this. Okay. So let's go ahead and just make 16 of those bad boys. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is that. That'll give us the 5 blocks that we need. We will go ahead and do another set. And we will go ahead and make the Flux Controller. The Flux plug, made in very the same fashion. Let's see. We need this guy. And boom. Flux plug done. Flux point is this recipe here, so we need one more recipe of this, and then we need a redstone block. So the flux plug is what is going to send RF, and the flux point is what receives it. So this is what you need to put on everything. This is what we just need to put on our sending unit. Now, there are these storage tanks. There's a basic storage tank, which requires just a bunch of flux blocks and stained glass panes, or any glass pane, really. The hardened takes 6 of the basic and glass panes, and then the gargantuan takes 6 of the Herculean and some glass panes. We will be looking into those in the near future. We didn't use up too much of our flux. But we should be able to put a flux plug on this guy. And we should be able to create a new network. Password, we'll just do 1. Create. Boom. So now this thing can send power wirelessly. The Flux Controller is a neat little block. You can place it down anywhere that you want, and I think we're just going to place it here. We're going to set it to my network, and this thing we can use to actually do wireless charging, which we are going to have the armor slots wirelessly charge This way, our jetpack will charge while it is in our armor slot. That is the plan anyway, which is why I wanted to do all of this. The flux point, well, we don't have anything that really runs on power other than these centrifuges, so I think we're good for now. Well, we went into the nether, and I was going to do a little montage on it, but we got a wither skeleton skull pretty fast. So we did get our wither bees set up, and you can see behind me that we have wither skulls in a nice little drawer. And we've actually done a little bit of AFKing since our nether adventure. We have 216 wither skeleton skulls. That's perfect. So the big thing that we're trying to get into is the Apiaries. These things right here, not the lapis lazuli shield. And if we hold shift, it can hold a maximum of 9 unique bees. It's a hive modification of negative 35%, and it outputs 8 honeycombs. So this thing can hold 16 bees, it can hold 20 honeycombs, but it can only hold one type of bee. So that's why we have the cells that we have. And there is a wandering trader. Let's see what this bad boy's got. He's got nothing. I don't even know what that is. Renames a tool when use tablet at the smithing table. Okay, cool. We'll deal with you later. So right now the setup that we've got can hold 4 bees. Times 4, that is 16 bees. This same area is big enough for 4 apiaries, which can hold 8 or 9 unique bees. That will give us 36 potential bees that we can put in this area. And we won't have to worry about things like the coal bees that were getting all weird. We won't have to worry about a lot of different things. So, if we look further on down the line, the Tier 2 apiary will output a quantity of 16 honeycomb. And with the hive modification of negative 40%, the Tier 3 apiary actually produces honeycomb blocks, and it produces 4 of those, and then the Tier 4 produces 8 honeycomb blocks. The honeycomb blocks can be put into the multi-block centrifuge, and look at that, 1 honeycomb block, 72 lapis. So that's what we're working towards. I think we're going to have one of each of these tiers of apiary. Having our lower end things that we don't need a lot of, such as glass and coal and stuff like that, we may put into this and have one of each apiary. It also opens up the breeder for us, which is part of a multi-block structure. As you can see, that's what the apiary is. This, you can input bottles and the bees will breed and it'll output bees in bottles. But the best part about it is they're already adults instead of having to wait to 20 minutes for things to grow up. So that is what we have been working towards. We've been working towards getting the steel, which we are going to need more of, it seems. Where's my steel bees? Seems like, oh yeah, we have an issue. I forgot to breed these guys up. Yeah, we'll fix that issue. yeah, we'll take all that. We'll fix that issue. We'll do some more AFK and hopefully have a bunch more steel so that we can make the centrifuge if we look in here. We need 35 centrifuge casing, and then we need 4 more centrifuge casing. This is made in the same way that we had to make all the different stuff in Powah using blocks of steel. So, yeah, we need essentially 39 blocks of steel. Not a big deal. So, that's all going to be in the coming episodes, though, because we're done here. This episode has reached its end. I'm going to take a little break and do a bunch more AFKing and fix some of my minor little issues here. Hopefully, we'll be getting into Apiaries soon and we won't have these problems anymore. But as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that like button. Whilst you're down there, make sure to hit the notification bell so when videos like this come out, you get notified. If you guys aren't already, consider subscribing. Check the description for all of the different ways to follow me, including Twitter, Twitch, and a link to my Discord. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.